Thank you, sir. Okay.
The other one is the one from the other town
Hi there, how are you? How you doing? Is that different than what you sent?
That's different, well, it's, I made some slight modifications to the resolution, but other than that, it's all the same.
Yeah, just the editing issue in order to do something.
Easy enough, all,
That's it, no good at all.
that's important for you.
Hear me? Alright, thanks for calling me in order. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome tonight. We'll start out with the planning board part of this. We are still, I haven't gotten any word back from the town as far as them getting into the computer to get
Get the
the
remaining records.
the minutes that are in there. So until they can get that open and get that, they're in there, hopefully the changes were made, and then we'll probably have a rash of minutes at hopefully the next meeting or whatever that will be done. So, but they should be on that computer, that's what we're hoping.
What do we do about October?
There was no meeting.
So it's
There were
just,
no meetings, so we-
does it,
Yeah.
we just post no meeting, or
Yeah,
they
there's-
can't-
that way people don't look and say there's no minutes?
Yeah, why there's no minute, yeah.
Any new, with the new business, I've not heard anything more from the solar people. I believe they just asked if, our zoning was current, because they had the model, or they saw the one from 1978, 1980. They wanna know if they were still working off that one, and I just responded that, yes, that's our current law that's on the books, and we are working on a new one. It, you know, should be done in the, shortly in the future, but they never responded back, so I don't know where that sits in their,
Yeah, I can add a little bit to that. I did have they asked for a copy of the draft, so I said, okay, there's a draft that's on the website. But I did advise them, under the current ordinance, there is a provision under the plan development section of the ordinance where they can send a letter to the town board and ask to have a planned development district established where they want to put the solar array. And what they do, the letter goes to the town board, says what they want to do, why they want to do it. It is not a full submission. They basically said, here's the preliminary intent for what we want to do in a preliminary layout. The town board, if they receive it, I'm assuming they haven't since we haven't heard anything, they have to forward it to us as the planning board. And the planning board would sit down and determine whether or not it's appropriate to establish that planned development district. There's three different kinds in the current ordinance. There is a planned development, residential, industrial, and commercial. And I advised them, I said, because of what you're doing, you would ask for a planned development commercial district. I don't know if they've done that or not. I haven't heard anything from anybody. I don't think you've heard.
No.
Because the board's only got 10 days after they receive it to forward it to us. All that does is we study it and we go back to the town board with a yay or nay recommendation that the town board would establish the district. Once that's done, they come in for whatever zoning is appropriate for that, and they would provide the full submission and everything.
So it goes to the zoning first, then the
It
planning?
goes to the town board first.
Right, and then they
Then
send
it
it
comes to the
to?
planning board.
Okay,
We look at it and say yay or nay, or, you know, we recommend a yay or nay. Then the town board would either approve or disapprove it. They don't have, you know, they don't have to take our recommendation. If it's approved, then they would come in with a submission to the ZBA, or to the codes officer first, and he may refer to the ZBA since it's a special district anyway, and they would have to get a special permit. So that's how that would work. Even under the proposed new ordinance, they still have to come in for a special use permit. So that would come in front of the zoning board first, and the zoning board, we can refer it to the planning board, you know, for their consideration or a recommendation before any action is taken on that. So that's where that stands right now, is, you know, nobody's heard anything back from them. The only reason that they were asking is because National Grid was pushing on them to find out what would be required from National Grid in order to accommodate the installation. So it may be that they have to, you know, push it on down the line and wait till next year. That's as much as I know about it.
Yeah, wait. The only other, and then new, or other part of the old business is that apartment thing, that.
Haven't heard a word
have
from
Not heard anything
seen
about
or
that
heard
on
anything
Underhill
from
Road.
anybody.
So that's been quiet. Other than that, there's been no official, nobody's officially reached out for any information, so. With that being said, I'll entertain a motion to close the planning board part of this meeting.
Comment on that. The planning board has work we have to do first.
Oh, we got, okay, I'm sorry,
Okay.
yep.
As I said at the last meeting, I did contact the county planning department, and I talked to the guy who actually did the review on the ordinance. And I said, once we make all of the changes that you guys recommended, said, do you need to look at it again? And he said, absolutely not, we don't want to see it again. So we rarely ever do a second review. If you finished it, there's a letter that they sent us, and it was incorporated in with the original submission, and you all have a copy of that here. Okay, and all we do is we say we go back for approval. What you see, the block check copy of resolution attached, and then Pete would actually sign this as the chair of the planning board. We mail it back to the county, and they said, okay, fine, everything is hunky-dory, and they're done. So what we need, we'll need to do two different things tonight. First thing to do is you flip to the second page. You can tell I've been reading stuff again. You know, how to write resolutions and decisions and stuff, so. And I think most of you may have seen this by email anyway. But anyway, this is a resolution that basically says, okay, we submitted the draft for review. The planning board, assisted by the zoning board, reviewed the comments. We've incorporated all those comments requiring changes or corrections. We verified with either the town attorney, the Tug Hill commissions, that the things I said, you need to think about this. And we've made all required changes to the drafts of the documents. And therefore, we declared that the review process is now done. That was the last stage of the review. Has everybody had a chance to read it? I mean, is there anything you want to change on it? It's pretty basic. So I move that the planning board approve the resolution as written.
I second that motion.
And then we'll do all those in favor, and we'll have to do a,
Yeah, we just record, we're gonna record the vote on here.
so. Peter, you're in favor?
Oh, yeah, aye.
yay.
Justin, Paul?
Aye.
Rita?
Yes.
Carl?
Aye.
Me? Aye.
Okay. Check those and you sign the letter. Sign this one as well. what I'm doing is I've already got the envelope ready to go. I'll mail this to the county. We have a separate copy that people will sign that record the vote. That will be filed with the town clerk, so she can keep that in the record. And then you guys can keep your own copy or use it for scrap paper or, whatever suits your fancy for that. And the copy that goes with the town clerk is also gonna have a copy of the original return from the county. Beth, are you around during the day at all? You could drop this off at the clerk whenever of course, she's never here anyway, is she? Except I think you have to call her.
What kind of car does she
You
do?
don't have extra copies.
No
You're
idea.
supposed to spread them around.
I think it's a small SUV.
Does she have an email address? I looked on the website and it just says call her and leave a message.
Okay.
Because I wanted to send her the minutes.
Yeah, with that completed, the only thing we have left now is we will formally present the final draft of the documents to the town board, and it's for their review and approval. And that probably won't happen until next year.
Right. That's it. They'll have to go into, once they take it up, then they'll go to a 10-day notice of public hearing,
Yeah.
and then they'll take a,
Yeah.
it'll be a local law, so they're recommending, or they have to go through their procedures, so a public comment period. And once they satisfy that requirement, they
Once
can
that's set,
table it
then they
or
can
vote on it,
Yeah.
or whatever they deem they want to do,
Yeah.
so.
So Phil Spore's new regime will rule on it.
So, yeah,
Just one other comment, this is just in passing. I would like, at least for the board, to recognize the time and the effort that Phil Spore put in acting on the board over the years that he's been here. We know he's been controversial at times, but he has always done his job, so I just want to commend him on that job.
yes, no, he did.
Absolutely.
Yep. Like he said, wasn't for the subcontract, yes, but no, his heart was in the right place, so that was,
Is the proposed draft, is that posted on the website?
The latest version of the
version?
draft is on the website.
Okay.
I'm gonna go one more time through it, make sure I got, everything straightened out, no spelling errors, and I'll do a spell check on the whole thing, and then it'll be incorporated.
and I'm
I
sure.
will have to find out from Tug Hill how we get an electronic copy of the map. I'm pretty sure they can send it to me in PDF format.
That'd be great.
And I'm sure there will be, the board will probably have, I'm sure it's gonna come back, or not, I don't know if it's come back, but they'll have some thoughts and,
Yeah.
Sure.
And I would encourage the board members to maybe go to the town board meeting when they do have it, because they'll have, they'll wanna know what we were thinking on certain sections and, give them, so we can give them kind of contrast where, where we were, and what we're looking at. Just reading it from, they might not understand why some of the stuff that we have in here, and we can just explain that to them, so.
Right.
Excuse me. Could I say something for a moment? It's not gonna be controversial, but it's gonna be
I know,
positive.
there's no public comment, but go ahead.
The public really would like to thank Phil Spore as well, because I don't think there's anything that anyone can say negatively about someone giving their time for as many years as he has to the community. And simply because we may not disagree eye to eye on every point doesn't necessarily mean that he's not a good guy that's out there doing the best he can for the community. And that goes for everybody up here at this table. Just because we may not see eye to eye on everything doesn't mean that we aren't humanistic, that we aren't people, and that we don't care about the people in our town. So we do appreciate the time that Phil Spore has spent on the planning board, the grievance board, the zoning board, and at the fire department as well. And hopefully he's going to stay on at the fire department, is he?
Yes.
Awesome, thank you.
Yep.
Okay, thank you for the time.
No problem. Yeah, so, like I said, so the process, we'll make a motion that we formally send it to the town board. Then it's out of our hands for now, and when they decide to take it up, they can take it up. They'll have a public hearing if they take it up, and go from there. But we'll get feedback, I'm sure. They've been here a couple times during our working sessions, so they've got a starting on what we were headed to and what we were doing. So if I can hear a motion that we pass it along.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Other than that,
I'm sorry, you're gonna have to give me just a second here.
yep,
It'll be
Go ahead.
You asked for a motion that we carry through with the board.
Move that we forward
He
the
moved.
final draft of
Yeah.
all zoning law documents to the town board for their action.
Okay, and you made
I made a motion.
you made the motion. And I'm sorry, my neck
Paul
is really
Snyder.
bad.
Paul
So-
Snyder.
Paul Snyder.
Paul Snyder, thank you.
And everybody was in favor.
A for everyone. Okay, so, and I think I've got everybody down. On page, Beth.
Yeah, right now, Bill's the only one from the zoning board. And
To
Carl.
refresh my memory, last meeting was, you went right to working session, the planning board did not have a actual,
It was we met on the zoning board.
Yeah,
meeting.
The zoning board had a meeting and then we went to
Yeah.
the
do we have
joint
minutes that we
working
need to be
session.
looking at or approving?
The zoning board
The
was.
zoning, but not the
Zoning
planning.
board,
Yes,
yeah.
not
Okay.
yes.
So we have Carl, we have Peter, Justin,
Yep,
Paul, Rita.
yep.
No,
Yeah,
Bill-
Bill's the zoning board.
Okay,
we
then
don't
we
have
have
enough
this,
for a quorum.
No, we only have-
Zoning
we only have two of
guys
us, so
sitting
we don't
over
need to
there.
tonight.
Yes.
so I don't really need to write you down then, right?
You don't need to.
No.
He's a guest, if you want.
We'll get back behind the,
Yeah, 'cause-
That's Mr. Rita Gavella.
yeah.
Hey, I do what I'm told.
Wise man, wise man.
Yeah.
so we could approve these, right? Or no, we don't have.
No, we don't have a quorum to do it.
You
so.
need two more members of the
All
zoning
right.
board to do that.
So I gotta
So-
sneak
So are we good for the planning?
some copies.
Yeah, that's, like I said, stuff will come up, the draft will be out there on the internet. You can direct people to that, they can,
Yeah.
we encourage people to start reading through that.
Sure.
It's not a simple document to read through in an hour or so, and like I said, if, I will try to send it on an email if I know the town board is going to at least put it on their agenda, just so that, you guys have the time or whatever,
Yeah, well, maybe you, or if you want, you attend the next town board meeting, of course, they're all gonna be,
yeah, I think the next one is basically paying the year-end bills and,
yeah. But then that's when they're gonna install all the the new board members
Yeah.
anyway, but we can formally present it to them at the time.
okay.
It'll be in their minutes too, so.
So is it the 8th of January?
No, they gotta have one.
No, their next
No.
meeting is the 28th.
The 28th of January.
Is that what it's, the 28th?
Oh, that's right.
No, no, the 28th of December, because they have to,
Oh, 28th of December.
Sorry.
yeah.
They have to
They have to get all the books,
finalization.
everything has to be like, some of them has to be
Yeah.
zeroed out before January 1st.
So everybody has the drafts though, right?
Either that or electronically, one way or the other.
Yeah.
So we need to be here on the 28th?
No, I mean, they're not gonna be able to,
Okay.
they won't act on anything, we'll just present it. They're not
We'll
gonna-
just present it to them, they won't act on it. They'll have to advertise a public hearing. And they've got, that has to be done at least 10 days, and then, I forget how long a period that it sits, there's a waiting period before they can pass it.
I think 30 days.
Yeah, something like
They
that.
have-
So you don't plan doing this at the next meeting, or you are going to present it?
We will try to present the documents to the town board at the next meeting. But that'll be it, it will be just a,
Right. It's,
we're done here, guys, and,
Yeah.
you know, it's like, here's the first bear and I'm out the door.
A suggestion might be when you're conveying the draft to the town board is, obviously, I think they're well aware that this has been 2 years in the making, 3 years in the
3 years,
making. Yeah, a
actually.
long time goes by when you're having fun, I guess.
Yes.
But, it's been a long time in the making, and just due to the passage of time, we've actually had to go back on ourselves a couple of times and
Yep.
catch up our draft. So I don't want them to feel rushed, but time is important in terms of, you know, their actions on it. That would be, in some way you want to communicate that might be helpful. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I know the date, it's somewhere, just of the meeting,
The 28th of December.
28th.
Yes. Yeah, and we had the provision in the, at the end of the draft that every 5 years,
Well,
I think it's,
yeah,
well,
it can be revised, you know, at any time the town board feels it, but the comprehensive plan incorporates a requirement that every 5 years we review it. And normally, based on a review of the comprehensive plan, you also go back and you review the zoning law to make sure everything is in sync.
What are we, 2.5 years into the comprehensive plan?
Actually, it's almost 4 years now.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. So it's coming right up.
yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be next,
Yeah, so next
Next
year,
year's
one of our
project.
tasks will be to go back in and review it and see if we want to make any changes or updates.
Okay. Okay.
Is that the same with the planning?
yeah, the master
That-
plan will
that's the
come.
master
Yeah,
plan.
that will come through
Yeah,
the,
the zoning law will follow any changes made to the master plan.
yeah, I think the state updated terminology, the master plan and now is the
It's
comprehensive.
comprehensive plan.
It's kind of changed the
Formalized
way,
term, yeah.
but that way we don't get into the same cycle where
Yeah, where we have
the zoning
documents.
laws 40.
You wait 25 or 30 years before you
Yeah,
update.
yeah.
Yeah. And it won't be as, it'll be just more of amendments and updates versus, you know, rewriting the whole thing.
Yeah.
So, because it got, well, Carl can speak on the zoning board's part, but the terminology changed so much and some of the technology changed so much that the zoning was really non-applicable because,
Yeah, well, there's language in there that dates back over 40 years. I mean, the original draft was done in the early 70s. And nobody even thought about solar farms or
No.
or wind systems or anything else. So all of that had to be incorporated. Bed and breakfast, was not a popular thing. We had boarding houses and tourist homes were the terms they used in there. And now it's
Airbnb and-
Airbnb and bed and breakfast.
yeah, and that is addressed in the document.
Yeah, plus there are things that were covered in the old zoning law that with the new standards in place are not supposed to be covered by zoning. So, things like design reviews and stuff, that is not a zoning issue, that's a code officer's, requirement there, so.
Yeah, a lot of the state mandates have changed and
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
hopefully,
and we had the advantage of, being able to cut and paste from some, relatively recently passed zoning laws. Town of Vienna had, a really good one. A lot of ours, especially the definitions, are based on what they had in theirs. And because they covered so many other things, because they have so many different aspects of the town compared to us.
Good.
like I said, I'm sure they'll have, and then when they set up the public hearing, we'll be here for the public hearing that way. Try to, any questions that, because the board's not gonna be as familiar as the working group here, so.
The new board.
The new board, yeah.
Some new people too.
Well,
Yeah.
the board hasn't been, some of the guys have been here,
Long
and
time.
girls, since we started, but it's just gonna be, it's not, they haven't worked on a document.
No,
per
I'm
se.
just I'm just
Yeah.
questioning personally, not outside the meeting, but
We've got a couple of new people on
it's public comment, but if the board doesn't like one thing, they shut it all down, the rest of the public's like, nobody's allowed to say anything.
So
So,
if it's a public hearing, anybody who wants to speak has a right to speak.
No, they're not doing it that way,
Well,
so it's,
At a standard
I
board
think-
meeting, at a regular board meeting, they don't have to. If it's a regular board meeting, there's no such thing as a
Yeah.
public comment
Right.
during that. If there's a formal public hearing, say on a law to be passed, or something, if the zoning board is passing a variance or a conditional use permit, public comment is required.
On that topic.
and
Yeah.
financial. I mean, when that was open, open comment.
They can open comments as they desire, but
I think they have to
they're
now.
not, well, only if it's a public hearing. They're not required to open it to any.
I lost the word, I'm trying to,
Yeah.
Well, there's no financials in protocol.
Budget.
Those other things.
Oh, yeah, when they're gonna pass the budget, yeah, there's a public comment required on the
well,
budget.
they wouldn't allow it.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
one- I mean, two people got to talk, and then nobody else was allowed to say anything. So that's why I'm asking now, if we're gonna have a,
Yeah,
public hearing.
the budget is passed by a public hearing. They should be, I'm just gonna,
yeah,
my understanding of open meetings law and the public, public officials law, if they're voting on something like a budget, a new law, or, any formalized resolution that affects the town, yeah, that requires a public hearing. And anybody who asks to speak on that topic, I mean, they can't get up and just wax ecstatic about something else, but they can ask questions on that topic or make comments on that topic. The board can limit how long you get to stand up.
right. You get
But
3
but
minutes,
if
5
five
minutes,
people
whatever.
want to talk, those 5 people should be allowed to talk. Same thing with, anything we do that requires a public hearing.
Well, hopefully that changes after we switch.
No, we're just,
Hands.
like I said, we'll just be there.
That's something I don't have
No,
control
it's
over.
okay.
Planning.
We're there for questions.
Yeah, we're just there for backup, so.
Yeah. I just, one other comment, and this is just for the two of us on the zoning board. A lot of you know Roger White. Roger has decided that he is no longer going to maintain his membership on the zoning board. So, while this is going out to the public, I just want to recognize that Roger has been an invaluable asset to the zoning board of appeals during his tenure on the board. And I just want to publicly acknowledge that we really appreciate his time and efforts.
Do we want that in the minutes?
Here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So there's 2 vacancies on this.
There are 2 vacancies on the zoning board now.
and I don't think the last meeting,
I
we
don't
did
think
not bring
I don't think
anything
they
up.
took any action on it,
So I don't know if they'll do that at the next meeting or not, but that's,
If not,
Like I said,
the
it's
new
up-
board
yeah,
can appoint.
it's up to them, so.
Yeah, this is unrelated to this, but just to show you that with age, wisdom doesn't necessarily go along. I am now going to be a correspondent with, it's North Country Publishing, and I think it's for the Boonville Herald. I am now going to be writing a column on the town of Western.
Nice.
So if anybody has anything that they would like to acknowledge or anything else that wants to go on, I'm going to incorporate one. The Historical Society had their annual Christmas party down at the Marriott's place, and that's also always a big gala event. And once we present the new zoning law to the town board, and I'll write a little article about that, how much work was involved and everything going on. But if there's anything else you think needs to be covered, yeah, I don't care if it's civic or municipal or whatever, let me know, and I'll put something together and send it up. I have a deadline of noon on Thursday every week to get it to them, so.
Is that the one that Mary used to
Mary
be
used to write it.
I think Mary used to do that, yeah.
in the Herald there? Okay, so I don't have anything else. Everything's passed on. I'd just like to appreciate the time you guys put into it. I know it's been a couple of years, and with the master plan before that it was many more years before that. I
Many years.
really thank Carl for helping out, and I think it did work good with the 2 boards coming together and working sometimes 2 nights a month just to help put the stuff together and get everybody's input.
Yeah.
That was, it went for a much more detailed document, it went a lot smoother than the map, so. I just do appreciate that. Other than that, I have nothing else. Entertain a motion to close the meeting.
Move to adjourn.
I'll second.
Second.
Rita's, or Justin
Second,
second.
yeah.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Happy holidays. Sorry I missed the meeting.
I got one.
What happened to Phil?
He resigned.
He resigned from the boards.
Who boards?
Yes. About 3 weeks ago. But I've got to get into your house down at George Street. I want to take a look at that piano my daughter was interested in.
Oh, okay.
Please take your cookie.
I'm taking one more, Carl. I'll take one if I have to.
You got a cookie.
What do you want? You go first.
I'll take one of these.
Yeah.
So, is the zoning ordinance part of the planning board's responsibility, or is
Yes.
it? Okay.
Yes.
So if
The
it's.
zoning board's actual responsibility in the law is to act on interpretation, variances, and conditional use permits. That's our
So
term
let me
designation.
ask you, so tonight at the meeting, you said this, you couldn't vote on that, is that because the planning board doesn't make quorums?
No, zoning board. We were thinking about having a zoning board meeting, but there's only 2 of us. So there's no quorum for the zoning board.
Right.
No, there were 6 of us here for the planning board. We had a full quorum.
So you said you would vote to pass it over.
Nothing else after that.
Yeah.
But you said you couldn't.
No, you're mixing 2 things up. We voted formally to pass, the planning board voted formally to pass all of the finalized documents.
They have to.
And that was passed 6-0.
Yes.
Okay, the only thing, Bill and I said, we don't have a quorum, so there's nothing we can do today.
Because I thought you were going to vote something else, and you said
No.
we're going to have to wait until the next meeting. Okay, I can.
No, we were gonna approve the minutes from last month. We can't do that, we don't have a quorum.
It was the minutes.
Yeah, just the minutes, yeah.
You know, during the meeting, I saw those cookies there, and I'm like, hi.
Please take one now, take 2, they're small.
I'll take a second one.
Do you have a belly on you from this?
I'm working on it. I literally have put on about 4 pounds since the holiday season started. Mike, trying to drag me over, the Vietnam Vets of America and the Purple Heart Foundation have a dinner for all veterans, or basically it's their members, but they always invite Trina because the DAR is active in doing veteran recognition, so I got dragged over to that.
Oh, boy.
And then there was some other place I had to go to, I said, I'm just praying for snow, so I can get out in the snowshoes and get some exercise in.
Dude,
Yeah.
good luck with that. The last couple of years have been very good.
It's been awful. Well, it wasn't too bad. Finally, we got enough last winter that back in the woods there was some decent trails back in there, but beyond that, I mean, I tried going over to the park to cross-country skiing.
Poor Woods Valley, it's up and down, up and down.
Yeah.
They never get all that snow. I know.
Oh, yeah.
But the ground's colder.
Yeah.
And what it was before they made it.
Perfect. Okay, that house is really working on that. It's up at least a foot and a half.
Well, I drove to Westwood this morning and the river was up to 5 inches. It snow, it dries up a little my tracks along the creek.
Yeah, I went back there today to see what happened. I had a little footbridge back into my property across the stream. So I could get to walk 150 feet downstream. Right in the middle of the water. And I walked back and I said, "See, it's not the first time I've seen it. Yeah, that was the only question. I hadn't seen whether the town board had acted on any of the vacancies. In my opinion, they should wait for the new board to take over and let them do it.
They're gonna live with it for the next 4 years. I agree.
All right, guys. Shit goes down, that's exactly what happened.
Now they do.
Last week. Came in Monday, could have happened Friday night. So hopefully.
You want a copy of this? That's gonna go up on the website anyway. That is this is the letter the county required you to send back. It says, yeah, we took all your recommendations and incorporated them.
I would understand.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna send it to Larry, to put on there anyway. On the back, it's just a resolution we passed.
It's up to you, but I'll take it.
It'll be, I'll put it on. I think Larry has it.
Okay, I understand.
You can't see it because it eats the inside of the paper.
Yeah, so yeah, the inside out. Something cracked in
Local filmmakers and stuff. And I think you've got all the better. They generally do either crime film or action adventure thing. So in one of them, I played the head of a department within some federal law enforcement agency. In another one, I was I was one of the chief crime fakers. And we're standing up on the top of a roof over in Utica, and I have to simulate getting shot. I played a priest in one of them, marrying a couple. Pardon?
Are you in any of the kills?
I'm not in any of the kills. No. Strictly an amateur. I used to do a lot of stuff in the home community. Now I players. I've done a couple of shows over there, and I also work with a lady who's an indicator over in Minnesota. She's like here. But it's
I grew up on Long Island.
I did three at Players and two over in Canada.
I worked on the costume for the Allentown theater company. That was fun.
Is there any place you can enter?
Not anymore.
Sandwich between Massachusetts and New York.
I would check. Or you might have.
Oh, yeah, that's what the front of you get a credit card through the bank. Great place.
I used to try to do that when I was
I know, the older I get, the when I grew up on Long Island, I go to New York.
Tell me no sign.